Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha lets us know that it's better to reprove than to be angry secretly, and that open rebuke is better than secret love. Say that off the strength of a lot of the things going on and reflecting on things that has transpired, and I just thank God for his word. If we would just hearken to his word and obey his word, things would be so much smoother and easier for us in this life. So we don't always adhere to all that we know, and sometimes it takes some hardship, for us to bounce back and really get that meditation, really get that reflection on those scriptures and pull what's in there out for us in the spirit. It digs deeper within us, man, to get a deeper root and anchor in our soul and our spirits and our hearts, so that we are able to fulfill the will of the Most High God. So a lot of people out here harboring anger, you know what I mean? They've been offended and they haven't said a word about it, They ain't said a word about it, but they bottling all up inside, and that anger just building up until they lash out. But the good word of God lets us know open rebuke is better than secret love. I was talking to my wife about that yesterday, and it made me think about the scenario where Apostle Paul had to rebuke Peter, and he rebuked Peter openly in front of everybody, because Peter's sin was open in front of everybody. And Apostle Paul rebuked him sharp, you feel me? Remember, my wife was talking about it, and I told her, I said, well, after that open rebuke, if Peter hardened his heart to that, that would have been the end of his ministry right there. If Peter didn't receive that correction and he continued on in rebellion and resisting the will of the Lord and the correction of the Lord through his servants, his fellow brothers in the Lord, then that would have been the end of his ministry. So I'm motivated and encouraged that the people out here who are being mistreated, that things are going to change. Many people envy us. They hate us because of the gifts of the Lord that's in us and his grace upon us. They see it, they witness it. And many of them don't have a desire to serve God, so when they see the Lord bless us and they see a divine intervention, they can't understand it. It's just another witness that God is real without us even having to say a word. So many people envy us because of that. They envy us because the skills we possess that they observe that we have, and maybe we don't even ourselves, or maybe we're not using them to our benefit, but